Hi, and welcome to week 4. In this week's module, we really talk about how do we support STEM learning in early childhood classrooms. Instead of the why, which we've talked about, we start to dive into the what, the when, the where, and the how of supporting STEAM and STEM in early childhood classrooms. We talk about room arrangement and learning centers, materials and activities to offer young children, the opportunities and experiences that support STEM learning, connections to literacy, and children's prior experiences and knowledge are important, as well as children's thoughts about what they are doing or will be doing in their environment with these materials and opportunities we're providing them. And then how do we support those predictions or their thinking about what's going to happen? And then how do we support their reflections? What are we going to say? How are we going to support vocabulary to build STEM and STEAM learning? We're going to ask questions. What are we going to say to support predictions and support reflection in early childhood classrooms? We also touch on different types of play, and how different types of play, we often think of, oh, they're playing, it's play, but play is broken down into many different types. So, how does pretend play? How does exploratory play? How does guided play support STEM and STEAM learning? And then, how do we use exploratory play and children's explanations, those reflections, those connections to continue to support STEM and STEAM in early childhood? We touch on briefly mistakes and how those are an important part of learning for young children, to allow children to make those mistakes, and why we need to engage in this process of really being intentional in our teaching with planned and unplanned activities, that planned activities and unplanned opportunities for learning in relation to STEM and STEAM, how we can set the stage, create the environment, and be observant, collect data, and then be responsive to children where they are, so that they reflect on what's happening, what was successful, what wasn't so successful, what connected to their predictions, and engage in that process of reflection. I added a supplemental optional reading about questions that we can also ask, open-ended questions that support STEM and STEAM learning. So I invite you to dive into that reading on process and person-oriented questions to support STEM and STEAM. But I look forward to your reflections in this week's participation task. So I hope you have a great week and a wonderful day. Be well.